Hi, and welcome to another short 2-minute Tuesday tip from Inside the Recording Studio podcast. My name is Chris, and in this video, I'm going to show how I begin to prep my vocal files before I get to mixing. Let's check it out. So here is a vocal file that I have imported into Logic, and now I'm going to start cleaning this up. So what do I mean by cleaning up? Well, I want to get rid of any noise that doesn't belong there. This could be ambient noise in the room between phrases. It could be the singer shuffling in the booth, stomping their feet, anything that doesn't belong in the actual performance. So the way I like to do that is I do it in Logic's sample editor. And what this is, it's a destructive editor. So if you're not comfortable with this process, I highly encourage you to duplicate the file before you get to doing this. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to focus initially in between phrases here, especially right in the beginning, and I'm going to listen for things like this. Now, depending on how you are listening to this, that may or may not seem really obvious. But once this vocal file gets into a track and some compression is being applied, all that kind of processing that might happen, that may get really, really annoying. So what I do is I select it and I just silence it. I basically nuke it out of the file. I pay special attention to the beginning of phrases here to make sure I'm not cutting into the actual performance, because that would be very, very bad. If there is a little bit of a dicey edit I might have to do, I will apply a little bit of a fade in, or if it's at the end of a file, obviously a fade out, or end of a take, I should say. So now I'm going to go through all of these places in between these lines, and I'm going to, let's see, here's a big break, so I'm going to highlight all that again and nuke, get rid of all that kind of thing, and I'm going to go through the whole thing doing this same process here. Now, out of courtesy to you, I'm not going to do that right in front of you, but instead I'm going to talk about breaths. Breaths can be a little bit of a judgment call. I feel that depending on the track, they can actually add some emotion to the file. So these I tend to be not as aggressive with. Frequently, I actually don't delete them at all. But one thing I may do is change the gain of those things. So this looks like this might be a breath right here. Let's take a listen. Yep, it's a breath. Let's listen to it a little bit more in context here.
Myself, what an it.
So that's probably not something that's going to bother me, but my process, just so I can show that to you, I will highlight again that, and instead of deleting it, I will do a gain change. Now I do these in small increments. I might just start with a couple of dB as opposed to doing like a drastic 10 dB thing. So I'm going to go through and do that, apply that.
Myself, what an idiot.
So there you have it. That's how I begin to prep my files before I get to mixing. Now, obviously, I didn't talk about any pitch or timing corrections that may or may not need to be done. That's not a part of this video. But I like to have this step taken care of first, so I have a really nice, clean file without any other noises that don't belong in there before I start that process. And that might be another video in the future. I hope you found that helpful. I hope there's some things that you can adopt into your workflow and that will help you in your mixing. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day.